Heartbroken by my 10-year unrequited love, my mother drugged my friend and sent her to my bed. After marriage, she frequently traveled abroad for 3 years at a time. When I brought our daughter to meet her at the airport, she gave us cold looks and used germophobia as an excuse. In videos, she said she was happiest bathing with her ex. After putting his daughter to bed, my mother, heartbroken over my 10-year unrequited love, simply drugged her much younger best friend, Fiona Harper, and sent her to my bed. After waking up, Fiona coldly agreed to marry me. However, not long after we got married, she began traveling abroad frequently. Each trip lasted 3 years. During that time, I stayed home raising our daughter Maisie while waiting for her return until 3 years later. And I heard that she returned to Canada. I skipped an important business engagement, bringing my daughter to the airport to greet her. Unfortunately, she just gave me a faint look, saying, "And spouse, sorry." I have a cleanliness obsession. From then on, my daughter and I would wash our hands at least 3 times every time we touched anything. Our home was spotless without a speck of dust. Still, she never came back. She never even held our daughter, until I saw a video where someone asked her, "Miss Harper, what do you think is the happiest thing you've ever done?" She replied nonchalantly, "Probably last week overseas. I coaxed Rattler to sleep and then pulled Asher into the bathroom." In the midst of the uproar, my hands and feet went cold. Asher Rudolph was her ex-boyfriend, while Ariel was his daughter. Rumors had it that they had been living together for the past 3 years. Turns out it was all true. At that moment, my heart completely shattered. I left divorce papers on the table, took my daughter, deregistered our household registration, and left the country. One day, Maisie came home crying when the nanny picked her up from kindergarten. "Daddy, is it true that I don't have a mom anymore?" she sobbed, her voice hiccuping with sadness. "Mommy promised to go to my kindergarten parent-teacher conference, but when she arrived, she said she dang squires mom. Daddy, all my friends said I am a child without a mom." Who? My chest burst with a ton of pain, and with red eyes, I took my daughter into my arms. I wanted to say something to comfort her, but remembering Fermana's cold attitude, it stuck in my throat. Now I regretted it. I thought that after waiting Fermana for 3 years, she would come to her senses and be willing to return to this country to reunite with our family. Little did I know, it was just because Asher had said he wanted to return to the country. So Fiona had booked the ticket without hesitation, planned everything meticulously, and even enrolled her ex-boyfriend's daughter in the best kindergarten. The day I went to the airport to meet her, Maisie put on the most beautiful dress and nervously asked me, "Mooper daddy, whooperachies like me?" I nodded. "Maisie, you were Potch's only daughter, of course she will." But when we arrived at the airport full of surprises, we saw Farina holding Asher's hand and cradling a 3-year-old girl in her arms.